Here we go. Hey, what's up, guys? Neighborhood Picks here. We're on a Pick'em Friday. Ryan Patterson's back in the building for our weekly Pick'ems and our analysis of Sunday's Week 4. Can you believe that we're at Week 4 already?
We're already basically almost a quarter away through the season. Isn't that crazy?
It's coming on like the chicken pox when I was 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, oh my God, we're at Week 4 already? Holy shit.
Moving too fast. It's moving too fast.
Where do you want to start?
We're starting to see the trends in the league. We're starting to get a feel for teams. We're starting to see contenders and pretenders. We're starting to see everything pan out. We're going to start off for the Sunday slate. We got a 9:30 a.m. game. We got the Vikings playing the Saints. We got the Vikings at -2.5. The over-under is 43. What are you thinking? It's the games in London. Got to remember that.
Okay, I'm glad that you started with that because I have strong feelings on that game. In all of my fantasy leagues, I usually switch defenses. I got the drop on everybody, and I picked up Minnesota's defense as my waiver wire sloggy foggy London game of the week. Nobody wants to go to London. Michael Thomas is already saying, "Oh, my ankle hurts. I don't know if I want to take this 12-hour ride on the track." You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to go to London. Jameis is hurt. Kamara's a little messed up. Michael Thomas is claiming his foot is sore. Anytime the plane ride goes over 6 hours, Thomas gets a sore foot. I'm liking the Minnesota defense a lot. So therefore, I like Minnesota to whoop up on the Saints this week. I think it's going to be a London foggy, dreary game.
Every game I always see of London, there's always something with the field being messed up. And like you said, I don't like that Jameis is a little banged up. Kamara's banged up. We got Jarvis Landry and Michael Thomas out. I do like the Saints defense, but I do believe more that the Vikings offense should show out. I want to see Jefferson. I want to see KJ Osborne come on. I want to see Thielen. I believe in Madison and Cook, either or. Both of them are beasts. So
I heard Dalvin's playing.
Okay, so you heard Dalvin's playing too. I think either one of them is a solid running back. I like the Vikings too. Give me the 2.5 for the Vikings in London.
And so moving on, real quick. Also, Justin Jefferson, you put him coming up on a Kobe Bryant shit like that. You can't really stop him all the time. You can only hope to contain him. 2 quiet weeks from JJ. He's going off. That's my guy for that game as far as individual.
Justin Jefferson's been a little quiet in 2 weeks, so I like the Jets are
I'm going Minnesota minus the 2.5?
Yeah, -2.5. I like that too.
Okay, that's the first one.
That's even Vegas saying they got the over-under at 43 too, so a little lower. They're taking that into account as well.
Yeah, because when was the last time we've seen a crisp game in London? Never.
No.
Oh,
we don't ever see that, especially with the traveling and those guys. They don't like to travel that far and play those games. That's a far travel 1-week game.
Yeah, it is.
So moving on from London, starting off the 1:00 games. This is a really interesting game. We got the Buffalo Bills going into Baltimore to play the Ravens. The Bills, again, a road favorite. The Bills are -3 against the Ravens. The over-under is 51. Can you believe they're giving the Bills another to be a road favorite again?
Buffalo, they go into, and they're not just playing like the Giants. They're playing the guy who is the front runner for the MVP. If it's anybody other than Allen, it's Jackson. I don't know if you know this, but Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are the only 2 players. They both account for 83% of their team's total offense. They're both at 83 in an identical tie. That's ridiculous. Now, the teams are both strong. I don't believe Baltimore should be the home dog. I don't believe that.
I believe that Baltimore is the home dog because everyone and how much respect everyone's been giving Buffalo all off season, even the first couple weeks, they're still getting that respect. And you want to know something? He said the yard. Lamar Jackson is 5th in the NFL in rushing yards.
Yeah.
4th or 5th, the whole entire NFL in rushing yards. That's including all the running backs. So that shows you how powerful and potent he is. I think that the Ravens defense is the reason why the Bills are -3 and coming in as a road favorite because the Ravens defense has still been a little dicey. And we know what Allen do. I mean, this game is screaming lots of points, lots of fantasy in it. I like everything. 'Cause I think this is a game where it's going to be Lamar versus Allen. We might see.
Buffalo passing attempts last week,
Yeah,
63. That's a
we
lot,
might.
man.
We might see a shootout. We might see Lamar and them each throw 300 on each other. This is a tough game to call because
Yeah.
if I told you that after 4 weeks the Bills would be 2-2, you wouldn't believe me. You
Yeah.
wouldn't. I don't know. That's what I think is so crazy that right now after this week, if you do like the Ravens, the Bills would be 2-2.
There's
And
a
I think
lot of shaky things.
if the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl this year, they're going to have to go through ups and downs throughout the season. They're not going to be able just to ride the top wave the whole
No.
time. They're going to have to go through lulls. So I do
Right.
believe they're going to get a reality check again. And I think that with their beat up secondary, I think the Ravens might hang on. And I'm going to take the Ravens plus the 3. I'm going to take the Ravens and the points. I mean, could I see the Bills squeaking out a close one? Yeah, but if I'm going to get 3.5 in this game, I'll take that.
Right. I actually like the Bills. I actually like the Ravens plus the points myself. They opened at 4, so it depends what line you get it at. If I ever see a 3.5, then I really love them. If I can get over the field goal, I love them, but I like them taking the points. I think it's going to be a good game. And now I'm going to keep a special eye on Lamar Jackson because Lamar Jackson's playing so well with this whole, I'm not going to get too much off topic, but with the whole thing we saw last night with the Tua and him refusing to sign, he can easily, if they fall short because of weapons in December or something, I could easily see him go right down to South Beach next year.
And think of it, he's playing himself into $250,000 into a $500 million contract right now. The way
like Aaron Judge.
He's 5th in the league in rushing as a quarterback right now.
And
you don't see that. You don't see that.
And stereotypes. He's one of the most accurate passers, and he throws from 3/4. Most guys throw from here. He throws from here. Guess who else throws from here? Aaron Rodgers. But they don't mess with him. Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson have a very similar release angle, but nobody sees it.
All right, so the last thought on that game is we both like the Ravens and the points. We think that home, it's a big game for the Ravens. It's a prove it, so we like the Ravens and the points. So moving on, we got the Doug Peterson revenge game, his return to Philly. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars coming into Philadelphia, and now the Eagles are a 6.5-point home favorite against the Jags. The over-under is 46. What are you looking at? How do you feel about this game?
That's my surpriser of the week.
Me too.
I think Trevor Lawrence, Doug Peterson's got them comfortable, they're cohesive. I feel like every Sunday there's one of those, Jacksonville beating the Eagles. I think we're going to be looking at about 2:30, and you're going to say, hey, Jacksonville's up 19-10 on the Eagles right now, and everybody's going to be surprised. In fact, I feel it so much. In one of my fantasy football leagues, I gave the Eagles defense a break. I put them down on the bench. I didn't drop them, and I went and grabbed Minnesota out for the London Fog. So just this week, I'm putting Eagles on the bench. Didn't drop them. Starting Minnesota. That's how much I like Jacksonville this week. Christian Kirk, new regime. Give me Jacksonville.
I love Jacksonville and the points. I think that the Eagles are riding high. They got all this momentum. They're due for a Fugazi one. And I think people are really underestimating this Jaguars defense. They got a lot of talent on them. They get after the quarterback. They're a very good defense. And I think if they can get after Jalen Hurts, even though they have a really good offensive line, I think the Jaguars and almost getting a tutty, I'll take this. This is a big game. Doug Peterson revenge game. You know he's got money on the board. And again, I believe in this offense a little bit. I think Trevor Lawrence is starting to get his swagger, just like you talked about. The team is turning a page and coming around. They're reminding me of that Jacksonville team that made that run a couple years ago.
And to piggyback on you, I think you hit the point on defense because they went through a few injuries over the past few years. But remember what we were calling them just a few short years ago, Saxonville?
Yeah, they're looking like
if they can get back to Saxonville with the current offense playing, they could be dangerous this year. Yeah, I'd rather be Jacksonville right now than Arizona.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. But we'll stay on this. Is Jacksonville? I'm gonna take Saxonville and the 6.5.
Give me the 6.5 too. All
right, cool. So moving on, we have the Cowboys at home against the Redskins. The Cowboys. 3.5 at home against the Redskins. The over-under is 41. What do you think about this game? How are your comments concerned?
I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I like the Dallas quarterback, how he looks. They're playing well. Who are they playing? The Redskins? The Commanders?
Yeah.
Commanders are all fucked up. I'm hoping for another solid game from Tony Pollard because I believed in him and drafted him. So I'm probably going to go with Dallas, and I'm looking for Tony Pollard, and on the other side, Curtis Samuels as far as fantasy. But as far as the game, give me the Cowboys. I got to take the Cowboys, and I'll lay the 3.
I think the same way. We'll keep this short. After what I saw the Eagles' defensive line do to Carson Wentz, I don't even want to know what Micah Parsons going to do to Carson Wentz.
Oh.
So take the Cowboys at home. Keep it rolling after they beat up our Giants. Give me the boys at home with the 3.5. All right, another quick one. Not a quick one, but moving on. We got the Steelers at home with the New York Jets coming to town. Zach Wilson might be his return game. Steelers are -3 at home with a 41.5 over/under. What are you thinking?
Exactly what you just said. Something's fishy there. They're saying that Pittsburgh's home, right? They're 3.5-point favorite. That's a wash. They always give the home team a 3-point cushion. So basically, Vegas is saying that Pittsburgh and the Jets are about equal. That's a little scary to me. That's a little scary.
That's a very scary to me. After what I saw the Steelers defense do to Cincinnati week 1 and playmakers and stuff like that. I mean,
Minka Fitzpatrick.
Zach Wilson hasn't seen game speed all preseason. He's stepping right in. I think I'm going to stick with the Steelers and that they're already in a cohesive defensive flow. Zach Wilson's got to get back into it. Now we're in week 4. Teams are starting to flow. The game's moving faster. The week 1 rust is off, but not
mental is big. Zach Wilson made a cut towards meniscus without getting touched. You have to get mentally over things. I think Pittsburgh played Cincinnati tough a few weeks ago. They actually beat them.
That's reminiscing in my head, and I think the Steelers play tough against the Browns, even though they lost. Give me that defense and give me the Steelers against the Jets.
I think they're going to edge them out. Yeah, I like the Steelers too. I don't think I could go with the Jets just yet, and that's a nice low line.
Not yet. All right, now moving on. Interesting. This is the Lions at home, -4 against the Seahawks. And the over/under is 48.
Note of the game. Big note of this game. Amon-Ra St. Brown has been ruled out. I don't know if you know that.
I knew he was questionable, but this is where if people want to take the Lions seriously and start taking them seriously as an actual playoff team moving forward or anything, St. Brown or not, you got to take care of Geno Smith and the Seahawks at home. If they're going to actually make some noise this year and do something and not just be some one-trick pony early in the year, they got to take care of the Seahawks on Sunday. And I think that they will. I think they caught a lot of breaks last year that didn't go their way. I like the way they play for their head coach. I'm going to take the Lions -4 in this one at home. What about you?
Okay. The Lions are home. Who's the home team here?
The Lions.
The Lions are home. If Seattle was home and the 6th man and all that, I might feel a little differently. However, now that Ramen Noodle St. Brown is out, that 6 might be a little inflated.
It's 4.
Oh,
it's
down
4.
to 4?
Yeah, it's down to 4. People are betting the Seahawks.
Everybody's betting the Seahawks. Wow. You know what?
I like the Lions. I'm taking the Lions here, man.
Is the running back out, Swift? I'd like to know that.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I know he's questionable. I know I saw that, and I know they've been pumping Jamal Williams tires. I believe that offensive line is so good, I don't care who's in the backfield.
You know what? I'm going to say this. When the Lions are more than a 3-point, like just regular cushion favorite, I think they're getting a little too cute. So anything over 3, I'll take the other side. So if it's 4, I think I'm going to take Seattle.
All right.
So I got Seattle on this one, and we got to keep our track for the whole season, like I'm doing with my cousins.
We got that. All right, moving on. We got Atlanta at home with the Cincinnati Browns. Cleveland Browns coming in. We got the Browns -1 against the Falcons. It's in Atlanta. The over/under 7.5. What do you think about this game?
That's a fun game because, like, you got skilled position players all over the place. Nick Chubb seems like he's one of those dudes. He's going to get his no matter where he plays. He could play for the Point Pleasant Cougars and get his yards. Like, he could do – like, Nick Chubb is a transcendent back. Now, who we talking about here? Arizona. You got Mariota, who used to
Falcons.
I'm sorry, Falcons. Mariota. You got Drake London, who's becoming a very nice receiver, and then you got Pitts, who's still everybody's waiting on. So, man, you know what? I'm waiting. And Cordell Patterson, the ultimate weapon, he's questionable. We got to see if Cordell's playing.
No Myles Garrett for the Browns. I don't think.
No Myles Garrett for the Browns.
I think with that car accident, he might be out, but I don't know.
The home team might take this one. I'm gonna go with the Falcons at home, just because they're home and they got a little bit more, maybe a little more.
And they got a little more. I'm gonna roll with the Jacoby Brissett
Hey, all right.
story. And I believe in that run game. I believe in what they're preaching. And like I said, this team might be scary when Deshaun Watson get back if he's playing the way he's supposed to be playing. I like the Browns. I think the Browns see that their future with Deshaun Watson, they can actually be something in the AFC. And I think the Falcons are living a pipe dream with Mariota. Give me the Browns.
Nice. I like when we're on different ends sometimes because then it'll spread us in our standings.
All right. So now, I mean, this is our home team now, man. This is the New York Giants at home, where we got the Bears coming to town. The Giants are a 3-point favorite, I got, and the over-under is 39.5 in this game.
All right. Well, let's start here. We know we're going to have rain for 3 days in the Northeast. I've seen the weather forecast. Everything on our side of the coast from that is going to be rain. We're going to have a bad weather day. Now, as a Giants fan, as a heartbroken Giants fan, I'm so used to expecting one thing and getting the other. I expected nothing to start this season, especially when we were down 13 going into Tennessee in the fourth quarter. I said, oh, another 1-16 year. So now 2-0. Now we blow the game to Dallas. Now we better beat the Bears. We better whip their ass. They're not on our level. If we lose to the Bears, it's like taking 3 steps back after going 2-0. We have to pound the Bears. I got to go with the Giants. The Bears are, if we cannot beat them, we're not going to go anywhere. Keep riding Saquon. Do your thing. Giants.
I'm going to keep mine short because I agree with everything you said. Right down to the T. I believe that we got to beat the Bears. We're both Giants fans, so it's sort of a homer pick as well, is we got to root our G-men in. I mean, I don't think Fields and the Bears should beat the Giants. Oh, we're both kind of in a rebuild stage, but like you said, I think if we lose to the Bears, we go from a couple steps forward to 10 steps backwards again now. And now questions are looming again. Give me the Giants -3.
I got a quick question. Me too. Who are the receivers actually for the Giants? This is the most confusing receiver core I've ever seen. Galladay became a bum overnight. Kadarius Toney, our draft pick, I don't even see him. Where's Slayton? Where's Slayton?
I don't know. He's on like the practice squad. Wandell Robinson. Yeah, I don't know. Slayton is healthy, supposedly.
I don't see Slayton. Galladay stinks. Kadarius Toney. We're going Richie James. James and Sills.
Face. All I see is Cheeto head coming out. That's all I see.
You know what? They're gonna have to run Saquon 87 times Sunday.
Yes.
This poor kid. We're gonna have to run the shit out of him to get this win.
I agree. All right. So moving on, we got this interesting game. This is an interesting game. So before both like the Giants there -3, this one on the 1 o'clock slate is very interesting. We got the Tennessee Titans coming in Indianapolis, taking on the Colts. The Colts are a -3.5 favorite. The over/under is 43. This is a very meaningful game for both teams. Very meaningful.
I have some thoughts on this.
Let me hear those.
When do you see Matt Ryan commit 6 turnovers in a 3-game span? He's turned the ball over 6 times, which is very unlike him characteristically. If he could tighten that up, the Colts are going to get back to more of what we thought they would be before the season. So I'm not expecting Matt Ryan to turn the ball over at that rate. And then right on the other side of that coin, Derrick Henry's still looking for his first 100-yard game. I went back and read it. So we're going a month into the season, and this is King Henry. So I think it's going to be a tough, close game, divisional rival. I think it'll come right down to the end again. I think it'll be in whoever's got the 2-minute drive last. Who's got the most points here? The Colts are +3.5?
No, the Colts are -3.5.
Oh, the Titans are +3.5. You know what? I don't trust the Colts that much. Give me the Titans plus the 3.5.
All right. I mean, I agree with what you say there, that the Colts, I don't trust them either. I don't really trust the Titans yet. Neither team is kind of showing me something that I want to jump in on each team. I think that last week, after the Colts beat the Chiefs, they got some momentum going. I think that Matt Ryan's starting to settle in. The pressure might have taken off a little bit of them. They're 1-1 now. I think the Titans are trending down. I think the Ryan Tannehill experiment is becoming to an end.
No, A.J. Brown, too.
The Colts, I believe should make some noise. I think the Colts are going to take care of the Titans. Like you said, though, I think it might be tight, which is why I'm nervous about the -3.5. That's a lot of points to take the Colts.
We go Blankenship, 3-point winner, chipper.
I
Titans
know.
by a half.
Yeah, but that's the 3.5, man. Oof, man.
Ooh.
But
I can see Blankenship for the win. Titans cover by a half.
I know. I know. What I mean is I could see that too. The Titans still doing that, but I'm gonna ride with Matt Ryan and the Colts. I think that.
Oh, okay, you're gonna go with Matt Ryan.
I'm gonna go with Matt Ryan and the Colts. I'm gonna take them -3.5 at home.
Hey, allow me to break one rule in this segment. I want to skip to one game right now, and then we go right back to whatever you got scheduled. I gotta talk about this one because it's bothering me so bad.
All right,
I gotta get it off my chest. You see this hat? That's a dunce hat. You know the dunce hat where they stick in the corner for timeout, like a fucker. This is gonna be the Raiders if they don't. Listen to this. Listen to the head scratcher of the week. Denver is 2-1. They're underdog to the 0-3 Raiders. Let me repeat that. The Raiders are 0-3. Devontae Adams, Waller, all these weapons. I wanted to root for the Raiders so bad to begin the season, and they're an 0-3 favorite against Denver. What does that tell you? They gotta win.
I mean, that sometimes is the worst time to bet teams. Is I found betting through hockey and stuff like that, following trends. When teams have to win, you know, and you for them, then sometimes they lose.
I thought of that.
And that's what makes me nervous. That's what makes me nervous sometimes.
Here's the counter to that statement. You ready? Denver, the first 3 games of the season. Guess how many total points they have on offense?
Not too many because I know they've scored 2 low balls, so I wouldn't say more
43 points. 43 points. Russ, Cook, I think I see Kirk Cousins cook more than Russ the last couple of years. 43 points. So I think the Raiders are gonna get them. I think the Raiders are gonna upset Denver and get the win money line.
I think Vegas
their favorite.
Yeah, I think that the Raiders is gonna be rocking in Vegas. I think it's a big game for the Raiders. Everything's on the line. I'm gonna take the Raiders -2.5. I don't trust Russ. I don't trust him.
And when are they gonna click? They gotta click soon, or the season will be over.
I think once they start figuring out that Javonte Williams is a horse and Melvin Gordon is a horse, and they just start running the rock and relying on the play action and letting their defense pan out instead of going shotgun in the goal line with Russell Wilson. That's what they need to.
They got to stop going third. They got to stop going shotgun from the 1 on 3rd and goal.
Once they figure that, I think that the Broncos will be a little bit better shape. But I'm with you. I'm going to take the Raiders -2.5 here.
I think the running backs are going to pick up more traction fantasy-wise and stat-wise as the season gets to the colder weather months. I think you're seeing flag football right now. I think the running backs will gain value later because I don't see any running backs really like knocking my socks off.
No, not really. Well, last game of the 1 o'clock slates, we got the Chargers -5 going into Houston to play the Texans.
Here's another shame on you, that fish-faced coach with that making Herbert go out there. If you would have gave him the week off after the bye, 10 days, now you're going on 17 days. I just hope this kid stays healthy. I love Herbert. I'm nervous. I'm all screwed up.
A little nervous because Herbert's health, man. Like we saw what happened to Tua. He didn't look Jacksonville. We both like Jacksonville. We both had Jacksonville because we were nervous about Herbert. I mean, the Texans don't scare me like Jacksonville does, but -5 going into Houston.
That Tua image, it made me realize how fragile the game is. One bad shot, he's done. Like
Herbert.
Last week I started Derek Carr over Herbert because I was afraid I might have to run that back. I don't know if I can start Herbert yet until I, he wasn't himself last week.
Are you that nervous where you are willing to take the Texans in the 5?
No. Betting my money, I'll still take Herbert hurt. But for fantasy, I don't want to take the risk of maybe him leaving the game in the 3rd. But I still think the Chargers can beat the Texans. So I'm going with the Chargers.
-5?
Yeah, very clear about that. I'm worried about Herbert fantasy-wise, but I think they'll take care of him.
All right. I like that too. I think that that's a tough bet right now. Is I like Jacksonville against the Chargers because they're a little bit better a team, but I don't think the Texans are that good of a team to maybe take out the Chargers. Even though the Chargers are a little banged up, they got a lot of going on. I'm still going to take the team of the Chargers. and hope
Tuesday's paper says -5. What do you got it at?
-5 still.
Okay, so it's not moving. All right.
Chargers. I'll take the Chargers. All right, moving on to the 4 o'clocks.
Oh.
We got the Packers at home getting against the Mac Jones list Patriots. Now I'm going to go against the grain here, and I'm going to say
Packers
something.
are giving how much?
The Packers are -9 at home against. I am all over the Patriots +9 here. I think Bill Belichick is going to suffocate the Packers. I think it's going to turn into a defensive game. I think they're going to run the ball 1,000 times. The Patriots. I think it's going to be tighter.
Bill.
Do I think the Packers will edge out the game? Yeah. I could see that, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think, and I'm definitely taking the Patriots +9.
We know Bill Belichick like the back of our hand right now. You know Bill doesn't give a fuck. I bet you Ramondre Stevenson and Harris are going to run the ball 87 fucking times. I'm starting Harris in my flex this week. They're going to carry the rock 800 times, and it's going to be an ugly game. You know Belichick's going to drag that game into the mud. I want the 9.5. I think I want the 9.5. I like the 9.5. Belichick's going to drag that game. And I don't know if Green Bay is as explosive to put a quick 35 spot up. So it might be a 16-10 game.
I agree. And this is telling the over-under is 40.5. The Giants over-under is 39.5. So that puts perspective too. That's what even Vegas is calling for, is a run the rock kind of game. I could see a lot of
that's the lowest scoring. Yeah, that's crazy. That's really low.
And that's Rodgers on the Packers. That's them saying that they don't trust it. How could the over-under be 40.5 and they still think the Packers are going to win by -9? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. If it's be tighter than that. So
we got to keep a little eye and see if Jacoby Myers is going to be a go. He should be, but that's not a huge thing. But
the biggest thing is he's hurt. I don't think he's playing. That's why the line.
Mac Jones is dinged up. Belichick's going to run that rock 100 times.
I'm in on that. I'm in on the Patriots getting the point.
And the under, because he's going to manipulate that clock too.
Oh, yeah, 100%. All right, the last 4 o'clock game, because we talked about the Broncos Raiders, is we got the Cardinals going into Carolina against the Panthers. The Panthers are a -1.5 point favorite against the Cardinals at home.
Oh, man. That's a tough one. You know, Baker's 31st in the league. My man, big body Baker. He's 31st in the NFL right now in completion percentage. He's having one of his Baker seasons. I'm not.
And the little guy and the Cardinals are scaring me a little bit.
The little guy's making me very nervous. You don't have that A1 receiver out there, and you're seeing the loss of Christian Kirk hurt them a little more than even they thought, because you don't have Hopkins, but now you don't have Kirk. AJ Green's 100 years old. Now all of a sudden it's like, where's Rondell Moore? You don't really have pass catchers. Marquise Brown has to step into that role. He's got to step into that role, and Ertz has to stay as the Ertz that we know. However, I really don't like Carolina at all. I don't like them. Christian McCaffrey's got a hurt quad, so he might not even be a go. So I'm gonna have to go today, Friday. Pick 'em, Cardinals.
I agree with the Friday pick 'em. I'm going to take the little guy in the Cardinals because I think that little guy is the best player on the field. Yeah. I think the little guy is the Panthers Cardinals. I think that Kyler Murray is the best player on the field, and I think he's going to make just enough plays where the Cardinals squeak by. So I'm with you on that, where I'm going to take the Cardinals plus the 1.5 there.
Yeah. 100. Yeah, doesn't it feel like Christmas with the Sunday night game? It's like fucking Christmas.
I know. That's what I was about to say, is now moving on to that Sunday night game.
Oh, my God, Ryan.
You got the Bucks at home, -1 against the Chiefs.
I don't do a little tiddly bit real quick?
Because, I just want to say is because of the hurricane and everything, I don't know where they're playing this game right now.
Tampa.
They're still playing the game in Tampa?
It was going to be in Minnesota, but they made it to Tampa. So
I think it's going to be a very sad weekend in the Tampa Bay area because the Bucks are also going to lose. I think that they had a hurricane, and I think the hurricane of Cincinnati, the Kansas City Chiefs are coming through, and I think that the Chiefs are going to whoop them. I don't even think this is going to be a game. I think they're going to exploit the Bucks for who they are.
Yeah, you know what, Ryan? I agree with you. I want to disagree with you for the sake of debate, but let me give you a couple tiddlywinks here. Ready for this? Tampa Bay Bucks offensive touchdowns all year. 3. That's a Tom Brady-led team. 3 touchdowns all year. Guess how many times? 3 straight games, Tampa Bay Bucks, under 20 points. Do you know when the last time a Tom Brady when was the last time a Tom Brady team went 4 weeks in a row staying under 20? You want to guess?
Probably the beginning of his career, something like that.
Yes, good guess. 2002. 20 years ago, Brady went 4 games in a row under 20. He's got 3 in the bank. One more, Tommy. One more, Tommy. One more.
I agree with you there, man. I think that the Bucks, who's getting the ball, their offense is scaring me a lot. I think
you
Tom
said
Brady.
The best word of the day with the Bucks. Who? They got no healthy receivers. Is Julio playing? Is Godwin playing? We don't know. Is Cole Beasley even fucking under 40 years old?
What? I don't know with that one, John.
They're fucked up.
I think that this game, I don't understand how the Bucks are the favorite. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. From what I've seen so far this year, I know
I got the Chiefs favorite on Tuesday's paper.
The Bucks are -1.
Whoa. Holy shit. The Chiefs opened up at -2. You're telling me Tampa Bay's a -1 right now?
Look at the game line. Hold on. We got a statistician looking up the game line right now as we speak.
Oh, beautiful.
Maybe it swung back the other way.
All right. Stat boy. What do we got? We got Stat Guy? Wow, I'm fucking impressed. What are you pulling? Stat Guys out of the drapes? Holy shit.
That guy out of the drapes.
This is getting great.
I mean, like I said, I like the Chiefs overall, man. I think that this is I would think that the Chiefs would be at least a -3 favorite. How am I gonna bet against Mahomes when Tom Brady and the Bucks haven't put up more than 20 points? If you're gonna beat the Chiefs, need more than 20 points.
Brady hasn't earned my trust yet. None of the receivers have been healthy together yet. They don't have my trust yet. And I'll go with the young horse and Andy Reid play calling. I love the Chiefs to beat the Bucks. I think, hey, Knobs.
That guy.
There he is.
That guy. We got Stat Guy here.
All right. So the line, is that the correct line? The Bucks are the favorite?
Are -1.
So that line swung at least 3 because Tuesday morning the Chiefs were a 2-point favorite. So that's very odd. It's everybody's playing for the Chiefs, right?
I don't know if anyone's
Sunday
not in.
Night, you know what? Godwin's playing. That's
no.
Why would Tampa Bay go over 1?
Difference.
I don't know. Well,
I don't even think Godwin would make a difference. Even if they had Godwin.
The 3 amigos together on the field make a difference. If all 3 amigos are on the field, it could make them a little stronger. Julio, Godwin, Evans.
Yeah, if all 3 are on the field.
So if Godwin plays, they'll probably all play, right? That's what we got to look at. Either way, fuck them. They don't have my trust yet. I like the Chiefs.
I'd still, even with all 3, if every weapon was playing for Tommy and them, I still am on the Chiefs. I'm still on the
Tommy
Chiefs.
Teams grow. Tommy's like, this fucking kid's like, sir, he's always fucking getting mad. And then at the end of the year, they start getting cohesive and they play their best brand of football. Sunday night, they'll get their ass kicked.
And also
get their asses kicked.
I'm gonna take into account that even though this is a home game for Tampa, it's basically like an away game where they've had the hurricane. They went to
the whole
they
week
had to go back. They didn't know what was going on. They're making sure the family's okay. I don't think that Tampa Bay is everyone's there right now.
My friend Carmelo from Clifton, who's the commissioner of my other league, he's in the eye of it right now. He lives in Fort Myers, and I was talking to him, and it's very bad out there. I just want to wish everybody the best out there. He's running his house out of his generator right now, and he only has enough gas to go about 1 week. And they're telling him that there's going to be no power for 3 weeks in town. So they're scrambling. These people are literally at each other's throats for gas pretty soon. So I got to go out and check out on the place out there next week. I might even go down there and transport him some gas and help him out. It's serious out there. So like you were saying, back to Tampa Bay, nothing in Florida, especially North Florida, is normal right now. So that's another thing against the Bucks. You know,
we don't like that. That's bad mojo going towards. Sorry, everyone in Tampa and that area, but the Bucks are just gonna have to lose this weekend. We like the Chiefs.
It looks like it's gonna be 4 games under 20 for Tommy Terrific.
I agree.
20 points, 20-year anniversary, under 20. It's kind of like all the stars are aligned.
I think Tommy's age is starting to show a little.
45 is 45. You can only take so much fucking ibuprofen. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So
Wait,
have,
we got time. One more, real quick. The Monday night game. We got the Rams going into San Francisco. The 49ers are -1.5 at home. What do you think about that?
Oh man, you know what? This is a great game because you got a great storyline. What a stacked week. If this was a fight card, this would be one of the best fight cards around. We got the 49ers, best story in sports. If Jimmy G ever led this team to a Super Bowl, it would be just as big as the Kurt Warner story 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When they beat who they beat? The Patriots? No,
the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, the Titans, yeah. It would be just as big as the Kurt Warner. If Jimmy G ever won a Super Bowl with the team that didn't want him, it would be huge. Now, the Rams, I love them. Cooper Kupp is still unstoppable. Allen Robinson's a big question mark. He needs to step up.
He is for fantasy reasons. I want to say this. I have him in 2 leagues. He's already on the bench for me. I don't want to see. Also, he's almost going to get thrown off my team soon onto waivers. He's unexplosive. He hasn't impressed me. He freaking stinks.
He's no Odell.
He ain't no, and that shows to you how much Odell can mean for a team. Because last year we watched Odell just thrive in that role. He took the Robert Woods role and took it to another level. Then we thought Allen Robinson was going to do that, and Allen Robinson has taken that role and 4 steps backwards. That white dude with the
quick question that we got to sneak in. If you're the Rams and you're watching Allen Robinson's lack of production, do you go grab Odell in December if he's okay?
I don't understand why these teams. I don't understand why the Bucks aren't calling him. I don't understand why the Packers aren't calling him.
I think it's too fresh.
Rams aren't calling him. I get he's a question mark, and I get that he's a little bit of
7 months. February to now, 7 months. He's probably not going to be good till December, maybe if he's lucky. It's the same ACL.
I think that I understand that, but why wouldn't he sign with the team now? I mean, I get that.
I get it.
Playing like what team is going to give him the best scenario around December, because I hope he's still working out, because when Odell puts the jersey on and as soon as he signs with a team, he's a top 10 weapon in the NFL.
And the way he runs his routes is like so polished. It's great.
It's smooth.
He's a great route runner. So you know what? I like the Niners as the stronger team. I wouldn't be surprised if Cooper Kupp gives me some type of 30 burger in fantasy. But I think as the whole team, I think Stafford might turn the ball over a little bit, and I think Jimmy G will safe.
I'm nervous that the offensive lineman for the Niners, that Trent Williams guy or whatever, he's hurt.
Yeah.
But you know what I do believe in? I believe in Jimmy. I believe in Jimmy G, where I think last week he kind of got embarrassed where he ran out the back of the end zone. He had opportunities to win the game against Denver, and he couldn't pull through. I think
who's the home team?
49ers.
I think that's going to be what makes me lean.
I think that this is part of Jimmy G's revenge tour. I think that this is him making a statement.
How can you not root for him?
Take the Niners at home.
How can you not root for a story like Jimmy G, right? Like, you have to have no heart to not root for this kid.
Yeah, I agree.
They threw him in the fucking garbage, and now he's back. If the Giants don't win the Super Bowl, I want Jimmy G to win the Super Bowl. And they'll make a porn star Jimmy G Disney movie about it.
Yes, they will. Yes.
Hey, listen, we did this perfect. We got less than a minute. I'm going to wrap us up. That was the Friday Pick'ems of the week. That's Ryan Patterson, my co-host. I'm Nooch. This is Neighborhood Picks. And we hope you all like it. Like and subscribe and join the fun.
Like
and
and
good,
subscribe.
Patty.
Picks.
See you soon, buddy.